Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we got another baseball jersey video for you guys. Quick little tutorial on how we're making these sweet Kelly green jerseys for our youth all-stars team. These things are coming out sick. We're using supacolor, blocker transfers, as well as numbers and names from Transfer Express. And just take a look at how good these things look. These things are coming out sweet. We got the chest logo, number underneath. We got the arched last name on the back with the numbers. And then we also have American flag on the sleeve, as well as our company branding, so you know your boys are getting repped when they're out there playing. These are pretty simple to make, but there can be some challenges with it, and I just want to take this video to show you guys what I'm doing to work with these little challenges that we're having. There's a few techniques that I'm using that are helping me get through these, and I'd be curious to know if you guys have some of your own techniques that you use, or possibly that this could help you as well. So we'll stop talking about it and let's be about it. Come on. All right, so the first step on getting these things ready to go is we're gonna pre-press them to get all the wrinkles out, make sure we're getting a clean transfer on the shirt. So I'm just gonna set this up, make sure we're not pressing down on any major wrinkles as well. We just wanna try to get all these out good as possible. That way it makes the transfers come out the best way. So we're just gonna do a little quick press. We're pressing these at 300 degrees for 15 seconds for both the numbers and the transfers. We kind of lucked out with them being both the same. Once we get it pressed, we're gonna take it over to our table, lay the shirt down, and we're gonna make sure there's no wrinkles. We're gonna grab one of our transfers. Like I said, we're using the supacolor blocker transfers. So we're gonna start off with doing the front chest logo, and we're just gonna center these off and make sure that it's lined up straight. You might have to slightly adjust depending on the shirt, but this is a good way to eyeball it. You're looking over the top, so you got a nice look at it. It's not always perfect going down off these buttons and stuff, so just make sure you double check before you press it, because you don't want your jerseys or your shirts to come out crooked. We like how that looks. We're gonna go ahead and take our heat transfer tape. We're gonna tape this down, and there we have it. One thing I would recommend is getting some good lighting wherever you're doing this. It's very helpful, and I'll show you guys in the next step. I just installed one of these LED lights from Home Depot, and this thing's perfect for the workspace, so make sure you guys get one of those. As you can see, we got transfer ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and move this over to the heat press. So as you see, I did a special folding technique that I use. Basically allows me to carry the transfer over and easily place the garment on the heat press. And once again, we're gonna make sure there's no wrinkles on the shirt, and we are good to go. We're gonna go ahead and press this down. 15 seconds, 300 degrees is what they recommend. They recommend 290 if you're using their specific heat press, but we don't have theirs, so we're going 10 degrees up like the directions say. Once this thing beeps, we're just pulling it off. 15 seconds, go ahead and grab it, straight pull. Don't be scared to pull it off, you just gotta do it. What I'm doing with these chest logos is I'm taking my transfer paper and I'm just doing a 5-second press to make sure everything goes down good. Go ahead and take that off. And we're gonna go ahead and take this off and move it back over to the table. Now that we have our first transfer done, we're gonna lay it back on the table. These jerseys are a little bit more time consuming and there's a lot of presses. So this jersey specifically is a 2-digit jersey. It's a number 17, so we're gonna go ahead and get a number 7. These are the 4-inch numbers from Transfer Express. And then we're gonna go ahead and get a number 1. Really like these ones. These specifically are the Champ Pro 4-inch white and black 5-pack. Super affordable and really high quality. Would highly recommend them. I will show you guys how I'm lining these up easily. When I first started doing the first one, I was trying to figure out what's the best way to get a consistent transfer on all the jerseys across from them. And what I'm doing and what has helped me, if you guys could probably see this right here, but there's just a little square block from the transfer. So what I'm doing is I'm using that as my guide to set up the first number. I'm leaving a little bit of space right there underneath where the name is, and that's how I'm setting these ones up, and they're all consistent just like that across the board, and it's been working out really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just double check, make sure I put those just how I want them, because I was doing that one-handed. The directions say, and it's pretty consistent, that you just line these up the same height and they should be pretty much straight. Sometimes they don't always come out perfectly straight, so you can kind of keep an eye on that while you're doing them. Another thing that is helping me do this is having that LED lighting above. I can see through the paper of the numbers, and that helps me line them up as well. So like I said, good lighting is very helpful, especially doing this stuff. So now that we got the numbers on, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna fold up the jersey like this, and then we're gonna pull it up over here and then transfer it over to the transfer. So once again, ready for our second transfer. And how I'm doing this specifically is I'm hanging the chest logo off the front. And specifically why I'm doing this is because I'm not necessarily trying to press this again. And that is one of the things that you'll find while making these is it's not a big deal if you go back over this, but I'm trying not to do that. So these hang over this heat press, very well distributed heat across everything. So you just want to make sure everything's good. These are the same thing, 15-second press, 300 degrees. These are the things that you figure out while you're doing everything. So hopefully some of the things I'm doing in this video will help you guys out if you ever want to make some jerseys like this. These ones are hot peel as well. Pull one, pull the second one. We're gonna let this sit just for a few seconds because you do need to be careful while this is setting that these don't touch or else they will stick to each other and potentially ruin your design. So we're gonna go ahead, pull this off and move it back over to the table. Okay, so now we got the front done. We're gonna go ahead and do the next part, which is the name. And this is one of the trickier parts of the jerseys is you have the buttons right here and you don't wanna press down on those buttons. So we're actually gonna use our cushion to go underneath them to make sure these come out good. So we're gonna double check, make sure we have the correct name. That's why I use the light up there. What we're gonna do is go about 3 inches down from the top. We're gonna center these. Once again, the light is helping me because I can see through the paper and make sure that these names are coming out horizontally straight. I don't know about you guys, but I double check all the time because I wanna make sure it comes out as straight as possible. I know it's not the easiest thing to do sometimes, but this looks good. So what we're gonna do, take our transfer tape. We're just gonna tack this down right here. That way when we take the cushion, it's not gonna move on us. Got that. So now what we're gonna do, you can get these off Amazon. We have different sizes. This one works really good for these youth jerseys is we're gonna go ahead and slide this underneath in the inside between, all the way to the top of the shirt. Make sure that is good. And then we're gonna go ahead and fold the bottom up, fold the sleeves over, and that way we can easily pick this up and transfer it over to the press. So now we got on the press. You're gonna press the names medium to firm pressure for about 12 to 13 seconds. So almost the full time that we're doing with the other ones, but this one we're not gonna compress all the way down either. We're gonna give it firm pressure, but we're not going all the way down. So we're gonna hold this. Once it gets down about 4 seconds left, we're gonna go ahead and pull it off. These come off super smooth. Rarely have issues with these. So that's about it right there. Go ahead, just pull it off just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and get the cushion off. There we have it, last name on the back. There we go, arched last name. So now we're gonna go ahead and place the numbers on there. Also, if you guys are wondering why I'm not just sliding the shirts over this heat press, we've made other videos with it, but this one does not pull out. It's a stationary press, so that is why I have to use the pillow as well as doing some of the other techniques because this is what we got, but it's working. So let's get these numbers on. Okay, once again, 1 and a 7. Pull these off. These ones are about 10 inches. Well, this one will be a little bit different since it's not a full size. But what we're gonna do is we start off with an eyeball and we're pretty much doing the same distance down from the lettering as the other ones. And if you want to double check, you can go ahead and use a tape measure or whatever. These are about 10. So we're about right in the middle. So we just want to double check that everything is straight as possible. That looks good. Get our transfer tape. Tack these things down. There we have it. Numbers are tacked down, ready to move over to the press. All we're gonna do is fold this up to here and then transfer it over to the press. And once again, we're just hanging the rest of the jersey off as we press. This way, we're not messing up the other transfer. So we're just going right to the end right there. Pull this down, make sure we got no wrinkles, and then you can readjust your numbers to make sure that they're even with each other. Go ahead and press down. 15 seconds. And just like that, honestly, these were taking me about probably just under 10 minutes a jersey. Granted, I'm taking a little bit more time doing these, and there's quite a few presses that are involved. So we're gonna go ahead, pull the 7 off, pull the 1. We're gonna let this sit. This is where you have to be really careful. Let it sit for a few seconds, cool off, and then when we move it, do not let these things touch until they've cooled off a little bit because they will stick to each other and you will not enjoy that. So I'm gonna grab from like this, pull straight out, transfer it over to the table. For the time being, we're gonna go ahead and finish these jerseys up with the American flag and our custom logo for the branding on the sleeve. I'll show you guys what I was doing originally first. So we're gonna take the right sleeve, and what I'm doing is I'm splitting the seam right here to be in the middle. So we just set the shirt right here, pull the sleeve over, And what I was doing originally is I was just going straight on the seam, and I was trying to maneuver the sleeve to not hit that seam when I press. And then someone on one of our YouTube videos commented just use a piece of cardboard, and that'll help out and not have a crease in the middle. So we're just gonna slide this little piece of cardboard in there. And this is one of the things I love about YouTube is we can give you guys tips and also receive tips at the same time and have that community to make the best possible products for our customers. These are blocker transfers as well. We have a whole bunch of them from an order, and we gang sheeted them, so plenty of these to go. These supacolor blocker transfers transfer over super smooth. 15, go ahead and pull it, just like that. You're gonna pull your piece of cardboard out, and now we're gonna go ahead and do the left sleeve. Same thing, get it centered, slide your cardboard in there. These ones we don't have to tape down because we're doing directly on the press, and these are very easy to eyeball. Get our branding, and we're kind of just going off the seam right here, so I'm leaving a little bit of space right there. Another press down, and this is the final press of the shirts, and we're done. 2, 1, pulls off just like that. And there we have it. We just made one full jersey for this youth baseball team. These things came out sick. Really like how they look on this Kelly green. I actually like the arch names on the back as well. Those came out really good. And then we got this American flag and our branding on these. Let me know if this was helpful for you guys. We are just trying to give advice on things that we're learning, and if you're curious on how to make some jerseys, I'd highly recommend using supacolor transfers. I think they're the best in the business, and I really don't use anything else other than Transfer Express for numbers and names. But that'll do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel, hit that thumbs up, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.